Well, this is going to be another one of those unscripted videos I do from time to time, but I see no other real way that I can sort of express my thoughts on the recent Payday events concisely, because right now I have two videos scripted out, and one's further along than the other, but I ran into the problem of there's no real clean way I can talk about Clover being back, or this Boys in Blue devlog that just came out. So this is how I'm going to do it. Just a little unscripted video giving my thoughts on what's going on with Payday 3 right now. Now, one of the videos I was working on was a video covering the Dragon Files and how Clover got revealed. But going off of how on YouTube the Dragon Files are listed as Episode 1, I don't want to cover the Dragon Files while they're incomplete. I'd much rather do one big video covering the Dragon Files as a whole, and everything they've had a part to play in, and their implications on the lore and the timeline and all that. But I need to make a video covering the stuff, the big news. Clover's back. Clover is back. Lady Luck, they've been calling her so far. I don't remember at any point in Payday 2 that the devs calling her Lady Luck, but it's a good name. Design-wise, just going off of her mask, I'm not the greatest fan of it. I don't know why they got rid of the purple highlights on it, on her cheeks specifically. It really brought, sort of broke up the colors of her mask, which, you know, when you take the purple away, you get what you got in Payday 3, and it's just sort of a lot of, like, plain white surfaces without a whole lot of detail. It's kind of what happens when you take away the red underwear from Superman. It's just sort of a big swath of uncolored, like, plainness. Face-wise, we did get a little bit of her face revealed. It looks mostly like how she does in Payday 2. The highlight in her hair, which was written down as pink, and it's more pink in Payday 2, but in Payday 3 it's definitely purple, is a lot more prominent now. And when I first saw her design for her head, I thought that they gave her a buzz cut, which I wasn't the biggest fan of for Clover. Doesn't really fit her personality or character, in my opinion. But when, you know, looking over the photos more, I realized that they kept her long hair, which I think is a big part of Clover's design, is that she always had this long flowing hair that would glitch out in Payday 2. But they kept her hair, and now it's in a ponytail, which you can view it as just one more thing she stole from Hoxton. Haha, R.I.P. Hoxton ponytail. Now Clover has it. But design-wise for her suit, it being a black suit with a sort of black / very dark gray shirt with the tie, I don't see in particular how it really matches with Clover. Clover in Payday 2 didn't go with a tie and went with the sort of unbuttoned shirt. But I always appreciated design-wise how Clover was sort of very close to the same sort of methodology for the original gang, just sort of taken to a more laid-back level with suit and tie attire. Speaking on the Dragon Files just a little bit, I don't know why in her FBI file they list her as taking part in robberies that she had no part in, and they got the location of the Golden Grin Casino wrong. They just put everything in DC when it obviously wasn't in DC. Payday 2 was a bit more of a globetrotter by that point, or at least, you know, around America. But with the Dragon Files, I really enjoy that they're getting back into sort of their ARG, sort of, you know, community-focused roots with how to tease new events and how the story is unfolding. I wasn't there for it the first time around with Payday 2. I got into it in 2021, so, you know, the story was wrapped up by then. They were just doing the DLC campaigns. But it's fun to see the engagement from the community and the sort of throwbacks to the hints that they've laid along the way, with Dragon's Password being a throwback to Follow the Money, or not Follow the Money, Do Time to Get Time. Personally, just going by the video and how the video ends with, you know, the cameras going static, I'm slightly concerned. Well, I say concerned, because I appreciate Dragan's presence as, you know, just being another heister, and I think Dragomir Mrsic as an actor brings a sort of a fun levity to a game that's been trying to take itself pretty serious so far. And I'm just saying is that it doesn't look good, and he might be dead. I'm calling it now. He might be dead. I don't want that to happen. I'm just saying it's a possibility. But on to the big stuff. The Boys in Blue devlog came out where they showed a lot more of the heist. And basically, yeah, it looks great. It looks really good. It reminds me a lot of Breakfast in Tijuana, go figure. It's another, that was a police station. In Mexico, this is a Bronx police station. But, yeah, it looks good. It looks like there's a lot of sort of fun set-piece moments in it with, you know, busting down the walls and things like that, which shows that they have been taking notes with the sort of complaints with Payday 3's heist system so far, or at least heists as they exist. Because, you know, the first couple of games, well, I say the first couple, it's Payday 1 and Payday 2, really operate off sort of like a 3-act structure for a heist, as in, you know, you have your infiltration, you have your looting, and then you have your escape. And in Payday 3, some of them kind of do it. Not really, though. But it's nice to see that with Boys in Blue, it looks like it's following more of a structure like that, and that is, it's our loud infiltration, our control, our looting, and then our third act of the escape. Or at least I hope it goes that way. I don't want them to peter out the last minute. Boys in Blue deserves to bring it all at this point. But along with that, we also got a really good look at the new weapons that are coming out. And they're great. They're weapons that I would have liked to see in the game a lot sooner, to be honest. We have the APK-7, which is the new name for the MP5 going forward with Payday 3, as opposed to Compact 5, which was from Payday the Heist and Payday 2. It's not that big of a name change. I mean, they already renamed the AK-47, but I personally would like to keep the sort of synergy and the sort of, you know, legacy naming scheme from Payday the Heist and Payday 2, but, you know, legality is a thing, and it's HK, so yeah, I understand. The next weapon is the G3. I know there was a leak of all the names a while ago on the Reddit, but I don't quite remember what they are, so I'm just going to call them by the real world names. But the G3, it's a 308 rifle, so it should sort of fit into that sort of SCAR M308 meta right now, but a little more full auto. I'm guessing it's going to be somewhere in between the SCAR and the 308. I can't remember what it's called. It's the M308 for this game. It's not exactly the M308 or an M14, what have you, but it is what it is. But no, it looks good. The design looks good. I wish, like, at least upgrades wise for like the MP5 and the G3, I really want them to have with the G3, I want the bipod so that we can fully recreate the scene from Heat where they have it. It's on the poster and everything. And with the MP5, that's where I like the retracting stock. Hell, even throw in the silenced barrel so we can have the SD, like the opening animation for Payday 2. But, you know, just give us options. And lastly, the new revolver looks like it's a Colt Python, which, you know, overall, they did say that these weapons are themed around what would be in a police station, which makes a lot of sense. You know, those are the guns that would be in a police station. Maybe not a Colt Python, but, you know, it's a Bronx police station. It's Payday, so, you know, you can get by it. Of course, you know, Pythons and revolvers haven't been police meta since probably the 90s. But overall, all the weapons look good. They haven't revealed the price for Boys in Blue yet, or the packs, or anything around it. Including the Taylor packs. Taylor packs look good. The clown masks are nice. They did bring up Twitch drops where they had a pig mask. That looks nice too. You know, I'm not there constantly for Twitch drops, but it looks good. But pricing wise, back on sort of a more pressing issue, the price. They didn't reveal the price, but they did promise that it would be lower than Syntax Error, which is good, because Syntax Error was, like, I've said it before, it was highway robbery. It was not worth it. I got Gold Edition because, you know, I'm in for this for the long haul. I want to review it the first year, you know, cover it all. But yeah, Syntax Error wasn't worth it. So hopefully Boys in Blue will be a much more reasonable price. I'm hoping at best maybe $10, but that seems like probably a little more wishful thinking. But hopefully they, you know, work out the price as well, and they sort of break up the DLC into manageable chunks if it's too much. Also, I just wanted to add in that the solo mode, where you have to sort of log into the internet first, and that they're redoing their matchmaking service, and that they're adding more guns and suits to Syntax Error to sort of make that bundle worth a lot more. I like it all. I don't get the necessity to be online before you load into solo mode so that you can then play offline, or, well, it's not offline, it's solo. I don't entirely understand the necessity to it. Sounds like they got a bit of a spaghetti code going on, I'm guessing, but it's good. And of course, they're working on solo mode, or offline mode, should be out by September. And the switch to matchmaking service probably explains the how we've been loading into wrong heists with the game as it is right now. Sometimes I've done it a few times, but you know, load into the wrong heist. It's not the end of the world. Kind of is if you bring the wrong build. Also, renaming loadouts, great thing. Should have been there from the start. Yeah, all that. Suits, Syntax Error, more guns. Yeah, good all around. They talked about having 2 more DLC during the summer, which was a surprise to me. Of course, they might be saying, you know, 2 DLC for the summer. One will be Boys in Blue, the other will be probably a free heist. Hopefully, you know, they really surprise me and the community, and there's actually 2 more DLCs after Boys in Blue. But as it is right now, that's kind of where we stand. A bit of a complaint I have at the moment with Payday 3 is that, you know, we're going to have 2 weapon packs at this point. This is really a big complaint with Syntax Error, is that we have specific weapon attachments. Some of them make sense, others don't, like a foregrip and an optic. Those should be compatible with all the guns we have. If we're going to, you know, say everything can really pull from the same pool, and, you know, we can get into, you know, specific gun modifications for specific guns, you know, that are iconic later, or they have them and those are unique to them, I'm just saying I would much prefer to have more cosmetic and, you know, customization options for the guns in Payday 3 that we have. Like, we're getting the Queen's Revenge, I think that's what it's called now, with Clover, you know, a custom setup weapon. Let me use those parts on my regular rifle. I don't want to just have, like, you know, they have the M-Lock handguard, and they have the URGI handguard and, you know, all that stuff for the bot guns and the cops, but we can't use them. Let me use them. I want to use them. We're here now. Boys in Blue next week. Hopefully they do good with this one. So, yeah, that's all I got. See ya.